things here that's out in the news, and everybody should subscribe to Crypto Coins News. That's coins plural. Crypto Coins News. It's free, but it keeps you abreast of what's going on within the crypto industry. They got these short, pithy little articles, and there are a couple traders on there that post their predictions and their reasons about what's going to happen, and then we get to see what's going to happen. Of course, they're not always right. They're not always wrong, but it's fun to watch them. Anyway, there's so much going on in the world, and it's just going to change our lives forever like nobody's business. And fortunately, we are at the right place at the right time in order to be able to get Bitcoin. Why do we want Bitcoin? Well, that's what we're going to talk about. Okay, GladiaCoin. GladiaCoin. Boy, I'm having trouble with that word. GladiaCoin. I cannot say it right. I have to actually read it in order to say it. GladiaCoin is trading Bitcoin. And in 2008, Bitcoin didn't even exist. It was nothing more than a piece of paper written by Satoshi Nakamoto. And nobody knows who that is really. But you know what? He was talking about a decentralized type of currency, and he was also talking about other things that blockchain could do, which became a reality in 2009, because that's when the first transaction occurred. Somebody ordered some pizza and wanted them delivered and paid for by Bitcoin. It took 10,000 Bitcoins, and they sent 2 Papa John pizzas over. Can you imagine that? And in those days, it was nothing. You know, they started out at 0.001 cent. I mean, it was just really not. They were giving away coins just to get people to do it. And I didn't pick them up, and I didn't do it. I didn't mess with it. And all my friends said, you should do that. And I said, no, I shouldn't. I don't want anything to do with it. And boy, was I wrong, because they're sitting pretty now, and I'm still out here working. Well, that's okay, because we have another way to do it now, and it's a way that everybody can participate. And you know what? You don't have to guess. A lot of those guys took risks, right? In 2010, it was only 10 cents a coin. And now it's up to $12.50 today, right? So there's no question anymore. The fact that it's staying above gold is phenomenal. I think that that's going to be that way for some time, because I think that the cryptocurrencies are actually going to be more useful than gold. People will still want gold. But in the meantime, these companies have been evaluating it. Visa, Capital One, Western Union, all these guys, most of them are involved in some form of money transmittal. And I think that's primarily what they were looking at, because, frankly, we don't need them anymore. We have Bitcoin. It's a peer-to-peer kind of a program. Really, you should study Andreas Antonopoulos. Andreas Antonopoulos. All you need to know is the first name is Andreas. And just go on YouTube or Google Andreas and Bitcoin. Everything about this guy will come up. He is an expert. He's followed Bitcoin from the beginning. He's probably the world's foremost authority on what Bitcoin can do and where Bitcoin is going. And if you just pay attention to him, you're going to get a brainful of what's happening. But it's an artificial coin. It's really just an internet protocol. It doesn't exist in a physical form, although they've made up some pretty neat-looking coins to give us an idea of what they might look like. But they have to have an e-wallet. You know, if you're dealing with fiat, you have to have a real wallet. You have to have something in your pocket. You got to carry it around, or it's got to be in a bank account somewhere so that you can use it on some kind of an electronic thing like a card or a check or something like that. But anyway, blockchain is the largest one, 12 million plus subscribers. Coinbase has 6 million plus subscribers and growing. Local Bitcoins is not that. It is a decentralized local operation, peer-to-peer, where you can actually buy Bitcoin. Just go on local Bitcoins in your location, in your area, and find out who's selling, and see if there's some way that you could get together with them and buy some of those. Zappo, Copay, and BitPay are other wallets. There are many, many, many wallets, and they do different things for different purposes. But by and large, they hold your coins, so you can use them. BitPay also offers a Visa card, so you can just transfer your coins to a Visa debit card and spend them just like you do on your regular Visa debit cards. The safe over there on the right is really representing a hardware wallet. So you can actually get hardware wallets, and they're easy to find too. Just Google them, and you can actually take your coins off the internet. You don't have to keep them in online. Safer that way. That way they're always with you. Nobody can get at them. If you lose the devices, normally you can get them back. They've got some ways of doing it. But there are 100,000 companies in the United States that already take Bitcoin for goods and services. Many people do not use fiat anymore at all. You don't need it. That means we don't need the banks, right? We don't need these bureaucracies. We don't need these so-called experts telling us what we can do and can't do. Look what we developed, the people, right under their noses, and they didn't even know it. And now it's become a very, very valuable currency. It does all the functions of money, and so does a Bitcoin with a phone. When you have Bitcoin with a phone, Andreas says that you literally have a Swiss bank, not an account, a bank in your pocket. And you can move that money anywhere you want to go. You can move $1 from point A to point B in a split second. You can move $100 billion from point A to point B in a split second. You need to leave an area and go someplace in a hurry and take an extended vacation. Off you go. You got your entire bank in your pocket, and nobody can stop you. You know, you don't have any restrictions about borders. There's nobody saying anything about moving money from point A to point B physically, because it's all in the computer system. You don't have to worry about it. So here's a sample of some of the companies that are there. You can find all of them online. And there's a guy using his phone, paying for a little bit of coffee. Just that simple. So Bitcoin trading. Bitcoin trading, why are they doing this right now? And why does this help us? It helps us because it gives us a way to get Bitcoin at a reasonable price and a reasonable way. Before, when they were giving the stuff away, nobody would take it. Now everybody wants it, and nobody wants to give it up. So it's a buyer's and a seller's market, and the reason for that is the exchanges that exist. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Bitcoin trading is analogous to Forex trading, currency trading. But the margins don't exist like they do in Forex trading. You don't have the spreads that you do between the values of the currencies. You do here. This thing is wild. Bitcoin is, you can be up $100, $200, and drop, you know, 200 or 300 in a moment's notice, and backing up and down and up and down. And boy, that's just music to my ears. I love to see that stuff, because you can really make a lot of money. You could literally get rich trading those trades based on the differentials of whether it's going up or down. And they're experts at it. Plus, they can do arbitrages. For a while there, in the early part of February, we could buy a coin for about $749. We could turn around and sell it in China for $1,000. They were willing to pay a premium because they were doing anything they could to get into Bitcoin to get their money out of the country before that was devalued. See how that works? It's saved India. It's saving people in Venezuela. The government has outlawed Bitcoin down there, but they can't control it. Bitcoin is actually become a currency amongst the people, and the people are able to buy and sell and do things with Bitcoin. And then they take their Bitcoin and they go to Amazon.com and they buy food and stuff from Amazon, have it delivered outside the border, go out and pick up the stuff and bring it back in. Phenomenal what's going on. You've got to think about a Bitcoin and the blockchain technology and the significance of it. And that's why you need to read Andreas. He said it's bigger than the internet. I think of it and liken it to, you know, when we had electricity, we had railroads and radio. Those developments right there changed the way the world worked. This is that and bigger, I believe. It's really significant. So what does that mean? It means you have to have Bitcoin, and you got to find a way to get it. Are you going to go out there and pay $12.50 a coin for them? How many are you going to do that when you can't even write a check for $500 easily? Most Americans can't. At least 50% of them can't. So we have trading to help us out. The cryptocurrency exchanges make this possible. The high volatility makes it possible. And this company, Gladia Coin, they own their own software, they run their own systems, and they've been doing this for some time. But the neat thing about this is it's a worldwide opportunity. You notice we're not talking about different currencies from different countries. We're talking about one kind of currency worldwide. The exchanges are the ones that create the environment where there's a differential in the values, and so does the political climate around, the legal climate surrounding all of this stuff. But to understand this, all of that money that you know, you come to know and love as USD or dollars or whatever you want to call that stuff, euros, pounds, that is all owned by the government. It's owned by the organization. Bitcoin is owned by nobody. Once you have possession of a Bitcoin, you own it. They can't take it away from you. It's got rights, title, and interest. It's not theirs. They didn't invent it. They can't lay claim to it. You understand? That's a significant difference. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins, ever. It's designed to be scarce, scarcer than gold. There's a lot of gold out there. We don't even know how much. There may be much more than we've ever found. But we know for a fact there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins. Now, each one of those Bitcoins is going to be extremely valuable. In fact, China had a PBO bank, the People's Bank of China, wrote a white paper talking about how they wanted to monopolize Bitcoin, and they wanted to place one coin in each village to provide the financial basis for the village. One coin. Phenomenal. You're talking, if you just transfer the assets of the United States into Bitcoin, each one of those coins right now would be well over $1 million a piece. At some point, you're not going to be able to get these things, or you're only going to be able to get them through some kind of a large partnership where everybody's going to get a little tiny piece of a Bitcoin. Now, one of the reasons this is really possible is because Bitcoin is divisible. Each Bitcoin is divisible by 1 million parts, okay? 1 million parts. So you're going to have very, very small parts of the Bitcoin that you'll be using around the world. Okay, so the benefits are, what they say is they're going to do is they're going to duplicate your Bitcoins in 90 days. We kind of use the term dollars and Bitcoin kind of interchangeably a little bit just to help people understand. I want you to understand that we're not using dollars here. We're using Bitcoin. So you take your fiat currency or wherever you are in the world and you get and acquire Bitcoins from somebody or some organization, some company, and you put the Bitcoins over here, and that's what's traded. But the Bitcoin has a value. But it doesn't matter. We want more Bitcoins. Whatever the value is, Bitcoin's going to be, is it's going to be. But what we're talking about is doubling the amount of Bitcoins. If you've got 4 Bitcoin in there, which is the largest package, can't put any more than 4 in 90 days, they guarantee that they're going to give you 8 back. Pretty cool. You can do better than that, and we'll talk about that. System's fully automated. It's a computer. You've got to be very careful with what you're doing and with your setups and where you're transferring Bitcoin and where you're not, because the computer can't fix it. If you don't get the right computer address in there to send Bitcoin and receive Bitcoin, the money is going to go wherever you told it to go. A computer doesn't even pay any attention to it. As long as it's a valid address, it's going to go. You just want to make sure it's yours. There's no tedious activities. All you have to do is put the money in, sit back and relax, and you're going to double your Bitcoin. Now, you can double that Bitcoin 4 times a year every 90 days, right? So if you put in 4, you're going to end up with 64 down the road. That's pretty cool. But what if you could do it 365 days a year? Think that'd make a big difference? We'll talk about it. Anyway, the system automatically pays you everything that it gets that's coming to you. In other words, the only money that they take control of is the amount that you gave them to trade with. That money's in the company. Now, all of the other money starts coming back. There's a 2.2% payment that comes back every single day. And then if you decide to work and build an optional binary below you network, you can receive referral fees, unlike a bank, between 5 and 15% daily and multiple times on the same network. It's very attractive, very cool. One of the reasons is that because every 90 days or less, when you accelerate it by using the binary money, the contract gets renewed. And every time the contract is renewed, you get to get the additional referral fees. And every time the people in the team below you renew, you get the referral fee. It is really pretty cool. Is it strange from normal? No. CDs work the same way. Certificate of deposit, a 90-day CD. You roll it over. You put the money in, you get the interest, but they hold all the interest. They don't send it to you. And at the end of that term, they give you the principal and interest, and then you have to make a decision as to whether or not you want to continue for another 90 days or whatever you want to do, or take all the money and go home, okay? Guaranteed interest rate annuities with insurance companies work the same way. And as an agent, if you wrote that little policy or annuity for the person, every time they renewed that contract, you would receive compensation for it. It's no different here. It works exactly the same way. Since it's a worldwide thing, it's an international presence. The Singapores are down in... the servers are down in Singapore. We're told that the owners are in the United States. That's all we know about it. We don't know any more about it. People want anonymity. We don't know where the servers are. Hopefully some kind of Fukushima kind of thing doesn't come there and melt down all the servers and we have to quit doing this because this is just too much fun. It's designed to be simple and easy to use, so simple it can run on a phone, PC, tablet, whatever you have, it's going to work. In fact, all of these systems are designed to be on mobile phones because people want to be mobile, people want privacy, and they don't want everybody looking over the shoulder every time they do something. And so Worldwide, the goal is to get to the unbanked. There's 2.5 billion people in the world that do not have any form of commerce or banking. What do you think the value of a Bitcoin is going to be when all those people decide that they want a piece of Bitcoin? They want to start using it. It's the granddaddy of them all. It works flawlessly. The computer system here is flawless. I started this on February 9th. We looked at it a little bit before. And so we've been in a little bit more than a month, and it works just like clockwork. You get paid every day. They shut the system down. They do the calculations for about 15, 20 minutes, and you get paid. Fantastic. It's very simple. A programmer told me that he thought this was elegance in programming. It's so good. He said rarely has he ever seen a piece of software that works as great as this does. Fantastic. All real time, day and night. Every day we get up now, see what we get paid. So the basic idea is they're going to double your Bitcoin in 90 days. Now, again, don't forget, that's not the deal. The deal is 90 days or less. There's an acceleration clause in there. That 2.2% that they pay you on a passive basis continues until it doubles. In the meantime, if you have a referral base that you build, all the money that you can pull on those referral fees goes into the account, and you literally can double your account every single day. So instead of 4 Bitcoins doubling every 90 days, you can have 4 Bitcoins, put them in that day. Next day, you get 8 back, and you start it over again. It's very simple. Now, we're going to talk about the passive and the binary business as the way you do this. The passive is simply that. You put the money in the account. You don't do anything else. You walk away. They send you a 2.2% daily payment to your personal blockchain account. You start paying you immediately. If you go out and do a referral thing and you build up a referral team, you're going to get anywhere between 5 and 15%. The 4 Bitcoin package is the one that pays you the 15%. The first package is the lowest one. It pays you 5%. We're going to talk about this for a minute. But it's just a way to get more money. So if you help the company get money, they are willing to pay you a referral fee for that money that you're providing the company just by referring them. So here's how the thing works on the binary side. There's you at the top. You take a position, and you put your money in for your Bitcoin into the company, whatever package you choose, whatever's right for you, and you begin working the system in the program. Now, what we recommend is you take one position here, but you also take a right and left position here, because in order to activate the binary, you have to have 2 personal referrals on a right, one on the right and one on the left. Why not you? Why not you be those personal referrals? And the reason I'm suggesting this is because the way this thing works is when you get this position here, your main position, pumping 8 Bitcoin a day, every day, out like this, that's it. You've maxed out. You can't do any more. But you've built a team of people down the right leg, and you built a team of people down the left leg. Well, these 2 positions are already half done. They've already got that leg built there. All you have to do is build the inside leg, and you can begin pulling money off that outside leg. So you're pulling money at the top, and you're pulling money from the side, okay? And when this one gets to 8 Bitcoin, then go over and work on the other one and get 8 Bitcoin. Now that's 240 Bitcoin a month. 8 times 30 days, 240. That's where the number comes from. But if you've got 3 positions, that's 720 Bitcoin per month. Bitcoin is at 1250 right now. Is Bitcoin going to go up or going to go down? There's no question that it's going to continue to go up massively over time. So how much is that? You think that would change your life? You think that would make things better? It's the kind of thing that you can actually hang on to because it gets more valuable the longer you hang on to it. You don't want to hang on to $1. Geez, you hang on to the dollar and it gets worth less every single day, you know? It's just, there's no reason to put any money in that program at all. So we have to find a better way. And so far, this is it. And what they're talking about here is whatever you start with. This was 100 Bitcoin at that point, but it could be a tenth of a Bitcoin, whatever it is, whatever you start with. If you take 50 people that come in and do this, 50 people will double their Bitcoin. I'm already seeing that happen multiple places. And people renew. Out of those 50, they're going to renew the program. The reason they are is because this is you. If you decide to take a vacation or for some reason you decide you don't want to do it at one time, then you have to be extracted from that leg. Some people say, can you give me not 24 hours to renew my contract, but what about 48 hours? What about longer? Can't do it. They pay every single day. That's 24 hours. You need to make a decision. Do you want to continue this program or not? Now, if you built a binary team here and you don't renew, you lose it, okay? And sometimes these packages have excess money in them, excess Bitcoin in them. I think the last one we did, we renewed with our 8 Bitcoins, and we had an extra 1.5 Bitcoin in the account that I wasn't going to get unless I renewed. The moment I renewed, that 1.5 Bitcoin was put into the account against the coming 8 that we were going to get again, okay? If you extract yourself out because for some reason you don't want to do it, you're out of the line. The line continues on up. They can't stick you back in. That's why that works that way, okay? Now, if you shouldn't have a problem. If you go anywhere in the world, take a trip, you're just internet connected. All you have to do is, you're going to know when you're getting close. You're going to see my chart back here in the back in a minute. I'm going to show you. I got 97% of goal already. So I'm close. I need to pay attention. That's all you got to do. Or you just have a trusted friend or family member just do it for you. It's really simple and easy to do. But that's what that's all about. Here's the plans. Now, this is the plan. No, Spartacus number 1, 0.055% of a Bitcoin price, whatever it is from day to day. No doubling. That's very important you understand that. The only reason this package is here is to help you get enough money to get to the next package here, Spartacus 2, which is a 10% of a Bitcoin. That's where the doublings start. See that? Because you can't really do much with this, but if you can refer people and start building a binary, and that 5% fee will get you enough to get over here to get started on the 0.1, maybe even higher than that. And in this plan here, you can only earn 6 Bitcoin per month. But all the earnings that you get, you want to plow back in because there's a path to get up to the 4 Bitcoins. Now, if you can start here, if you got to come in the lower end and you can start at a 0.5, you would put your top position at a 0.5, and then you'd put your left and right below you at a 0.1, right? Just let them double as you go and start building your top position here. And as you build this, you're getting 9% referral fee. That's pretty doggone good. But remember, the top package is 15% referral fee. Makes a huge difference. So everybody that gets in generally starts moving up the chain and gets up here to one of these sweetheart plans. If you could start up here, you're even much better off. Now, we tiptoed in here. We took it easy. We wanted to make sure everything was working. We wanted to verify a bunch of stuff, which I've done. So now what I'm telling you is that really, if you want to maximize this program, you need to get in here with 4 Bitcoin. Come in with your 4 Bitcoin. If you can't do that, come in with 2. If you can't do that, come in with 1. Get it as high as you possibly can. These higher levels of referral fees really accelerate the growth of your doubling of your contract. Anybody in these plans right here is not waiting any 90 days to double their money. It's in and out of pretty fast. Now look at this. We can get 8 Bitcoin per day, 240 Bitcoin per month. Why wouldn't you do this? What reason on earth would stop you from doing this? I mean, I can't imagine it. Do you have to become a PhD, multiple PhDs and master's degrees and all this kind of stuff in order to be smart enough that somebody's going to pay you to do this? No. Do you have to go out and build a company and create a product that somebody wants to buy and you sell massive amounts of them and you become wealthy to get this kind of funding? Remember, 240 Bitcoin right now is well over $240,000. If you sell that Bitcoin and turn it into dollars, it's $240,000 plus. It's more than that, see? Now, if you get 720 Bitcoin a month, because you have 3 positions all generating 8, that's $1 million a month. What do you have to do that? Think about it for a minute. And why wouldn't you? All you got to do is say, I want to do it, put your money in the plan, you get your Bitcoin, you put the Bitcoin in the program, and you begin referring some people. And when I say refer, I'm telling you, all you really have to do is let people know this exists. You know, this is just so different. A lot of people go into these different kinds of so-called network marketing programs. They got all these complicated formulas. You got compression. You got to start over every month. You barely make any money. Everybody's, yeah, you go to these meetings, rah, 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 rah. There's none of that here. This is very simple. There's nothing, it's very duplicatable. It's very easy. Nobody has to really sweat anything here. All you do is show people what's happening to you with the program. And that's all I'm going to do here. I'm going to show you this information and I'm going to prove it to you. Okay? There's not going to be any question here. That's what I did myself. I did it in some detail. We wanted to make absolutely sure we understood everything that was going on with this program. And I'm telling you, we really started cooking once we got to Spartacus 7. I mean, we're about to renew it again. We've already renewed it several times. And it took us 19 days to get there, but it's only taking us less than a week to begin doubling at 8 Bitcoin, okay? And that's going to get to 8 per day pretty soon. So I think that's really all I have to say about it. It's really easy to get started. You get back to the person that referred you to the program. You choose the plan that's suitable for you. You get your blockchain account open. You acquire some Bitcoin, and you set up your program. That's all you got to do. No big deal. Now, let me get out of this thing because I want to take you over and show you exactly how we approve it. This is my account here. And notice here what I'm talking about. We've got 97% right there. See that? We're got a maximum is 8 Bitcoin, and we have 7.81 Bitcoin in there right now. Within a day or two, I'm going to double. We're going to get to 8 Bitcoin is going to come out, okay? So that's when you pay attention. And then right now, I've got 475 Bitcoin on my left side and 520 on my right side. I get paid on the 520. This over here acts kind of like a bank because all I do for every point I bring on the right side, I pull a point off on the left side to get paid. They cancel each other and I get paid. It's that simple. So let me show you back here today what happened. We'll look at today's pay, and I'll give you an idea of what that is equivalent to. Let me pop this little bit baby over here to make it easier to work with. Okay, so what I want is the financial side. I want the statement. Here's our statement today. I'll show you what came in. All right, let me just bring it down a little bit. All right, now this number right here is what we received today. That's 1.6488 Bitcoin. And what does that amount to if I were to try to convert that into dollars? Well, here you go. $2,057.55. That was today. How many people earn $2,000 a day? Okay, let's go back over here again. This is what I was paid the day before. Okay, here we go. Notice that these are going down a little bit. 1,477. I've already made more than most in a week. And did I have to do anything special? Nope, I didn't. All I had to do was understand the system, learn that I had to get some Bitcoin and put it in with them, and refer some people. That's it. And let's copy that one. Here's the next one. Copy that. Here we go. Here's another one. This is what this is only one. Now, this is 3 days in a row, right? Let's paste it. 1374. Now, I haven't been adding this up. I'm beginning to expect it every day now. I mean, it's the point where, it's not. Here's a good one. Look at this one right here. We'll skip the small one there. We'll show you this one. Here's a good one. Look at this one. This is one day. 39.47. Do you think that would make a difference in your life? Now, it's taken us between 19 days to get up to Spartacus 7, and the remainder of that time, we're just a month into the thing total. We start at the very bottom to test this thing all the way out. Not a hitch. Works just like clockwork. As long as we do our part by referring the company more money to trade, we get paid. It's just that simple. And so you're finding a lot of people looking for a way to get some money. But see, the point is that what I understand is that life is going to change here very rapidly pretty soon. Economics are going to be substantially different very near future. You've got to get some Bitcoin. You won't be able to get Bitcoin. It's going to go up really dramatically if we start having some serious problems. Because it's going to be a premium. See, the rush is going to start. Everybody's going to want to get their hands on some Bitcoin so they can use it. Then other people say, I want gold. I want gold. I want it with me. I want to keep it right in my pocket. That's the best way to do it. Well, they can come take it from you. The other thing is, a friend of mine in Katrina, it was in New Orleans. His office was 17 feet underwater. Well, that's where his gold and silver was. He couldn't get at it. He couldn't use it. He couldn't say, I promise you, I've got it. It's down there. Loan me some money so I can have a place to live. No, he had to get in line with everybody else. Okay, now let's get to proof. Here's the earnings statement. Here's the amounts that we've been paid. I'm taking you back into my blockchain wallet. Now I've got some other payments that come in here in addition because we have more than one position that we're just beginning to build. And right here, I'll change these to dollars. Right here's one of those positions we're just starting on. We only got $63.74 today on that. Okay, here's another position. We got 587 on that. But here's today's value right there that we got today. 2056, 1476. Let's see if we can pull it back. I got to click on it and use the down arrow button. 1373, another small one from the other positions. 896, another small one. See, those are going to grow. 3,945, 654, 1429, 1579, 1,400, 4,000, 1163. Okay, you get the idea? If you have more than one position, they're going to come in different amounts, and the top position is really beginning to crank at this point in time. But here's where we're going to do the proof. All right, so let me get this one up here. Let's see. All right, let's try to get these things positioned just right. Well, we'll change it back. This one right here. I want you to see this. This is 1.64 and a bunch of eights. See that? Okay, let's go back to the earnings statement. 1.64 and a bunch of eights. The money is not in the company. That's what they paid me, and there it is in my possession. Pretty neat, huh? Let's go to the next one. 1.183 and a bunch of eights. All right, so let's go back up to the earnings statement. There it is. 1.183 and a bunch of eights. It's just like that all the way down. So for me, the question's over. Does it work? Yep, sure does. What do you got to do? You get back to the person that referred you. You get with them, get your blockchain account open, let them help you get some Bitcoin, put it into the program, and begin referring people, letting them know that this is going on. Now, why am I doing this? A lot of people say, wow, I'm not trying to bring you to my team here. I'm just saying I'm going to help you and show you what I know as a financial planner, what I've experienced in the country for the last 40-some years, and we're down to this point. My view is this. I want to keep our economy going. And the more people that have Bitcoin and understand this stuff, we can keep our own economy going, even if the banks crash the damn thing. They need to go anyway. So sooner or later, they're just going to have to split. Well, I can protect my financial future if I help you protect your financial future. If you're not there to do business with me and to be an economy and get goods and services from people, and we don't have a way to trade and do that efficiently and equally, we're not going to have an economy. Well, I don't want to live like that. I don't think you do either. So that's the results. There it is. It's not open to question. They pay it every day, and it goes into our personal possession every day. So we're way ahead. I can't thank the guy enough to put this program together.